Wow, welcome to Healing Herb Team Monday call. I'm super excited. I don't know how about you, but I was so excited. I couldn't wait. I love those calls because this is such an amazing opportunity. And I see some of you back, which is a good sign. Hopefully more are going to join us. So it shows that you understand the value of those calls. And, you know, in America, they have this saying, um, divided we fall, united we stand. So this is very important that we stay together because doTERRA business is a challenge. To say honestly, it's a challenge. It's a personal challenge because we need to grow, and those things are always hard to self-development and improve. And also it's a challenge because it requires to be personal. There are people who are saying no, and you're dealing with that. So if we stay together and cheer each other up and then inspire each other, encourage and share our wins and challenges, this is how we can make it successful. So our last call was very interesting for me. I took a lot of notes. I hope you took some notes too. And so today we're gonna start with some announcements. I just want to make sure that we are all on the same page when it comes to things that are happening in our team. So number one, I want to speak with you about a little bit is about upcoming events. So we have a lot of Oilcoms training coming up. We will have business camp that start next week on Monday. And the business camp is for people who would like to build a doTERRA business. They could be new builders because the goal of the business camp is to take them from where they are to the rank of elite. So it's for new business builders or for someone who is building the doTERRA business at the moment, but they have never received a formal training. So they are not really sure what are the steps they need to take and how to do that. I have to meet someone. Better now. Okay. So registration link for that event is posted in our Healing Leadership Facebook group. So please, if you have anyone to send it to, share the link with them so they can register. Some of you have taken part in that business camp, and I hope that was a very helpful experience for you. All right, we also have an Oil Camp 1, which is a basic essential oil education that goes over 10 top essential oils that come in family, well, this is called not family physician anymore, family essential kit and home essential kit, and also about safety and a proper usage of essential oils, and also introduces them to doTERRA testing and co-impact sourcing and Healing Hands Foundation. So this is the training that starts October 22nd. And we also will run this month's Oil Camp 2. And this one is about wellness lifestyle. So this is like a second part to the Oil Camp 1. And in this Oil Camp 2, we introduce customers to lifelong vitality, product that support sleep, product that support exercise, that support eliminating toxins from the body. So it's like next step for the Oilcam 1. So please, if you would like to send your members, find the links on our Healing Herb Leadership page, Facebook group, and have them register. They need to register to be able to take part in those events. And a little disclaimer is that those events are not only meant to educate our customers, but also to build a relationship between you and them. So it's not a very good idea just to send your people there and forget about them. If you are planning on sending people to those trainings, please be there with them for them, because you want to build that relationship with them during those trainings as well. Okay, do you have any questions about those trainings, where to find them, how to register, and who you can send there? Yes. Oilcam to start October 22nd. So so Oilcam 1 and Oilcam 2, they would run the same time.
Okay. And the business camp?
Business Camp start next Monday, October 15, and this is a 6 weeks program. So 2 weeks of theory, like they will be learning some things they need to know, and then starting November 1st, it's putting everything to action. So they will be going out, doing classes, they will be goal setting and like that. You did that.
I can just say from my own experience that business camp was the motivator for me. I had that training for mindset training, and then I went into business camp. And business camp, there was some competition, and it was real motivating for me. It was a game changer.
Yes. Yeah. So highly encouraged. We have those resources. Utilize them. I mean, they are there for you, free of charge. So why not take advantage of them? Okay. Any other questions about those trainings? Yes, Jayashri. Oh, wait a second. I need to unmute you. Okay, go ahead.
doTERRA?
Can somebody consequently, both do the business camp and the oil camp? Or you recommend first they learn about the oil and do it? My friend in Chicago, she wanted to know about the business. She wanted to know how to use the oils and all that stuff. So I told her I'll connect her with Facebook page, because I told her that it's going to be starting soon, the oil camp, and the knowledge how to use the oil, what the oils are for. But shall I also introduce her to the business camp, or what do you think?
Ideally, you would like your new team member to at least take oil camp 1 before they take business camp.
Okay.
So this is the order, how it's like kind of, how is saying, like a drop down, not drop down. So when you have someone interested in business, ideally it would be nice if they take an oil camp 1 first, so they get some basic essential oil education before they jump on sharing, because obviously how they can share and build a doTERRA business if they have no knowledge about the products.
Yes. So, but the oil camp coming up is a second, so should she wait until the oil camp 1?
And the problem is the business camp doesn't run as often. And
yes, so business camp, let me explain a little bit about it, business camp. So in a group settings, at least for now, we will be running the business camp only twice a year. So we will have autumn and spring kind of session. However, business camp can also be run on one-on-one basis. So if you have a builder that is ready, let's say in December, you can use the business camp for one-on-one coaching. So there will be only you and them.
Okay.
And and then you will post daily post. I can share with you the template, and you will just post, and you will be the only one coaching them. You can run this in this way as well.
Oh, can I just confirm? You said there's an actual template-based classes for business camp that we can on our own give on a one-on-one basis?
So the business camp that we run on Facebook, there is a template with different posts that goes every single day. So if you have and you would like to run business camp as one-on-one coaching via Facebook, then I would be able to share this with you, so you can run it individually for your builder.
Okay. Well, that's good to know, because
yes.
Yeah, because I kind of, that's why I wanted to ask you, because she needs to learn about the oil first, because like before anything else, before money, ours is to help people. And that's good.
Yes.
Okay. I'll wait a little bit for our success stories later.
All right. Yes. And Jayashri, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, please go ahead, Jayashri.
Okay, I'm getting the audio to work. There's an echo.
Maybe because, not sure, everybody's muted except for you. Try now.
What about?
No. Would you maybe, how about you would,
how about now?
Say again?
How about,
it's
better?
Better, yes.
Okay. So a part of my question was answered when they asked which order do you do them in. So my question was, who's appropriate for which camp? So you answered that in part. So if someone's very new to the products, of course, the oil camp. I have a person in mind who may be interested in the business camp. They've been using the oils and they've done a lot of their own kind of research. But since you said it's only offered twice a year, and they haven't done the oil camp, should I introduce them to the oil camp or to the business camp? Because she wants to get started. She wants to learn how to share.
How to share. We also have a smaller event, which is called Sharing 101. And this one usually we run right after Oil Camp 1. So this is a shorter event. And basically, it's like 3-day event. I mean, yeah, very short. This one introduces someone to the basic of sharing. So like what to say to people, how to invite them to the class. It also introduces them to resources that they don't have to like teach the class, that you can come and teach the class for her people. And that would be the one I probably would suggest to start. So in this case, you can invite her for the OICAM 1, which is start October 22nd. And then right after we have how to get the most from doTERRA membership that covers all the perks that come with wholesale membership. And then after that, we have Sharing 101. That would be in November.
Okay, Sharing 101 is in November.
Yes.
Okay. This is a little bit different question, but it sort of ties in. At what point is someone ready to, because I'm really proud of this person. She enrolled. I wasn't giving her attention in my group, but she enrolled someone, and I was just like out of the blue.
Great.
And she had been working on it, and I hadn't realized how many people she had talked to just to enroll someone. So I think she's definitely ready for that. So I also want to know, what are the guidelines for this group? What would it take? Like, how can you tell when someone's ready to join our calls? I want to hear from you. And if you don't have an answer for that, you can table it until next week. But I wanted to ask you that before we, as we broaden who we talk to.
Okay, so this is a great question. And I would like to open this question to the group. What do you think? Who should be, allowed to participate in those calls, or who would benefit participating in those calls? What are some of your thoughts?
Hare Krishna. This is Nikunja Vasani. Can you hear me?
Yes, and we can see something on the screen.
Okay, what would that be? The lights up. Okay, so that is a great question. I've been thinking about it, and knowing myself how it. I mean, first of all, people need to be committed, so that's one part of it. And second is that they should have so far shown an inclination to learning about the oils and sharing about and they want to share the oils, and they are committed to taking the classes that are needed. So yeah, I think that should be that are some of the guidelines that help us to see, because if we have really new people on the call, then I'm not sure how productive it would be.
Thank you so much for sharing valuable points. Anyone else would like to share your insight on that? Yeah, so generally, this group is meant for builders, for people who have interest in building the doTERRA business. So we will not be talking here about product education and things like this. My desire is to keep it at the basic level, at least for now. So do not talk too advanced topics, so then if new person comes on board, they will not be like overwhelmed with some terminology or some aspect that we will be discussing. Personally, my desire is to encourage anyone who has desire to build and like you can just mention have already some experience with the oils. So that's why we want to first put someone through the essential oil education, at least the basic ones, before we bring them to the group. But you might have people that are like ready, you know, they maybe take Oil Camp 1, or even they are so eager that they're learning on them themselves, and they are just ready, they just want to share. So personally, I have no objection for them, you know, joining the call as well. But just for builders, not for just customers whom we want to make a builders, maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that everybody likes that? Everybody agrees? Should we vote? Yeah, that is good. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Any other questions about the training? Oh, and anything else related to administration? You good? Go. Okay.
I'm gonna share with you. There are two people in my team who are but they have not done an oil camp. But I've done a lot of one-to-one with them. So they know about the oils. They've been using it for half a year right now, and they are right now interested in going into business camp. So, you know, maybe I can share more details on it, and you can let me know if they are eligible to be in the business camp.
Yes, absolutely. You know, ultimately, you know the best who qualifies for what, because those are your customers, your members, and you know the best what level they are and how much, you know, they are able to get involved. With the business camp, what we wanted to do that we open registration for like kind of everyone, but before we let them to the event itself, we want to pre-qualify them. So basically, we encourage that each of you, if you have any members that would register for the business camp, that you really have a time, you know, spend with them, you know, a couple of minutes and explain them what the business camp involves, so they know what to expect. That it involves real going out and doing the work. So yes, there is a phase, you know, like a classroom phase, but then is hands-on training. And during the time they are expected to go out, to book classes, to contact people, to share samples. So if they are not ready yet for that, maybe they need a little more essential education on, you know, something like this. But once you have someone register, we can connect and I can share with you more or less like what to ask them, what the business camp involves.
No, that was helpful actually. That was very helpful.
All right, perfect. Okay, the best part of the call right now. Let's share some wins from last week. I know Matura was so eager, she just couldn't wait. So you go first.
There's this Mataji. Actually, her name is Krishna Mai also, right? So we've been Sadhrupa had spoken to her about the oils, and I spoke to her about the oils and everything. But yesterday I went to just say hi to her because I had to visit her next door neighbor. And so I just stopped by at Mataji's house and I said, how are you doing? I just wanted to say hi and, you know, this and this and that. And then somehow I just wanted to bring her over to my apartment, which is a few doors down. So I kind of drag her, come on, Mataji, let's go, come to my apartment, get some fresh air, you know, you're sitting here all day. So I drag her to my apartment, then I sat her down, gave her some decaf tea and all that. And then I just asked her, how are you feeling? And so she started saying about she has this aches and pain because she went through, what is that operation?
A hip replacement.
Hip replacement, right? She's 86 years old, this Mataji. So now, so I said, okay, you got she's pointing where her pain. I said, oh, come over to my bedroom. I mean, she's really big. And my bed is a little high. So I couldn't get her up in my bed. I was joking with her. So I have to lift her leg up and lay her down on her side. So I couldn't find my fractionated coconut. So I just used my olive oil and put a whole bunch of deep blue, right? And gave her also my deep blue capsule, right? So here, take some and then lie down. And you know. And so I was giving her a massage and everything all over her hip, her things, all that. So she lay down for a little bit and relaxed. And then we got ready. I walked her back to her house and we got ready for the temple. And then, that was the end of our night. You know, I went to the temple, brought her back home. This morning she gave a call. She called me, like woke me up actually. It was so early in the morning. And I just said, oh, Matira, I had no pain last night. I slept like a baby. It was so good. It's really good. I want you to buy me those things. Whatever you did, whatever you give me, I'll buy you. And then she's like so excited. She called her friend in Chicago, which doTERRA is going to Chicago. Oh yeah, I was telling my friend she got 2 leads right now. She wanted me to talk to and convince her friend in Chicago and another friend here in the temple that are, you know, aches and pains and everything. Mm-hmm. So she was like, you know, she didn't believe us really much, right? Before she doesn't see the difference, she doesn't feel it. But last night, I was giving her a massage and gave her the pill and everything. And she's like one of my, what do you call
Stars.
Them? One of my stars.
Shining star.
And she's got a lot of friends and everything. And she was like, you know.
Yeah. She'll be like, what do you call that?
Advocate. She's one of my advocates now, right? So it's like, oh, I got to
the guinea pig. The guinea pig. You practiced on her and it had good results?
Yeah. So anyhow, yeah, she was so excited. And then, oh, you got to call this person. Go Google him up. Because she only remembered the name of the restaurant. These people are restaurant owners. Mm-hmm. And the woman, one of the wife's health problem, she burps. And she burps so loud that you can hear it in the temple room. And she was telling me, you got to find something about birthing. I said, okay. So yeah, she's like so excited now, you know. So
thanks for Mathura for sharing that. I had a similar experience this week. Last week I was giving oils to one of the Matajis who has 10 years of osteoporosis, and to the extent that her bones are getting deformed and she was not able to walk, and she has issues with her hands. So even for housework, they have now a person to take care of chores. So I gave her oils, and she was very close. It was basically her Prabhuji. This is, you know, Jagat Purusha Prabhu. So she came in yesterday, and she was moving around. I've never seen her. I've always seen her sitting. I've never seen her moving around. And she was like moving around, talking to everybody, really good, happy. And I asked her what happened. She said, "Oh, the oils really work well." I'm like, "Okay, do you want the next?" She's like, "Oh, talk to my Prabhuji." And then, you know, end story, they love it. It works well. Everything is fantabulous, but then it's too pricey. So I'm working on them to understand how going directly with doTERRA helps them to, you know, get things with lots of freebies around, and trying to caution them from going and trying other products in the market. And you know, especially they're going to India and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to get my turmeric from India." I'm like, "Oh, maybe it's not the same thing. So don't get back to me and tell me when things go off the hand." So I'm in that mode right now. But I've seen the oils working, and they can do magic.
Thank you so much for sharing. Certainly, we love to hear essential or testimonial, and that ties what you both share. It ties to the main topic of our call today. And you are just proving with your testimonial that if we care for the people, they will care for us, and they will provide us with referrals even without us asking for them. So this is so important. Anyone else? We have 5 minutes. Anyone else would like to share any business wins, not just a product win, but any business wins? Yeah,
I do. So it was, I don't expect it to happen all the time, of course, but it was really cool to go to my back office and see a person that I didn't know. And so I looked up, like, okay, whose ID is this and who's enrolled it? And it was really cool to see that someone, my team had enrolled someone. And so then when I finally called her, she was just so excited. It was last week. She was just really so excited about Suddenly, it's like it finally happened. And after passing out sample after sample after sample, it's just like it finally happened. So that was a real win to just to hear her excitement. And then she wants to know more. She was asking me about the kids oil. She was asking me about the convention, and just really showing interest. And I didn't even know that person had interest to that degree, and that her interest had been growing. And so that was really cool. That was really cool. And so I opened up the idea about going and doing a get together at her house with the people she had been sampling with. And so that was a really good win for me. And so she's looking into it. I gave her some dates and then looking at a time. And so she's going to see if she can do that. So that was an unexpected win.
That's huge win. That's amazing. Wouldn't we all want to have that, right? Those undercover wellness.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great? So, what this experience tells you, Jayashri? Like, what lesson you can learn from that?
Like it, just to I think it was actually from the phone call, just to touch base from time to time with the people who are already enrolled to see what's happening in their lives. Because she told me she knows a couple other people, and she's like, oh yeah, this person and her husband are going through something. And I was like, oh, they could be, I was thinking of the oils that they could use, and just realized that it's not all about, although I'm eager to share the products, but it's really cool to just say hi, hello, how are you doing?
Yes, that's exactly, that's perfect what you said. It's just perfect that we never know. And if we do not forget anyone on our team and check in with them every so often and see what help, what support they need, where they are at, then I'm pretty sure we all can have much more though undercover agents coming out and ready to do that with you, that the doTERRA business. Okay, so today I would like to I had some thoughts since our last call, and also I don't know how many of you got a chance to listen to either a live or recording of our international team call that we had on Tuesday last week with Roger Juice, doTERRA Diamond and Europe founder.
I listened to the recording.
You listened to the recording, and Sajarupa, you listen live. I highly recommend to all of you that you check that recording because that was amazing. He spoke about the doTERRA compensation plan, that this is one of the best things that doTERRA offers, but he also touched quite a few times on something very special that differentiates doTERRA from anything else, from any other company that you find on the market today, and that was doTERRA culture. And I would like to take a few minutes to talk about this, because if we, as a doTERRA wellness advocate, we are guardian of doTERRA culture. And if we embrace this culture in our team, and if we are a living example of the team, of that culture, then we will be creating an amazing, sustainable business. So I was preparing a PowerPoint like 10 minutes before the call. So it's a little rough, but hopefully I can share this with you. Let me try. Okay, maybe it's gonna work. All right, tell me if you can see what I see. Hopefully, and I'm just gonna play it. I'm gonna.
Yes, can see.
Yes, I would like to close us, but I don't think I can do it because as soon as I do a full screen, my mouse is disappearing. So anyhow, so you won't be able to, some things will be cut. Let me see, let me try one more thing. Maybe I do this first. All right, I think that may work. And then the play.
We don't see the images you see, like of the devotees. We don't see them.
Okay, but I think it's good I see. I don't see them either, so I can see what's on the screen. Okay, so so we want to talk about how the key points to maintain your doTERRA business or grow your doTERRA business by being a guardian of doTERRA culture. So culture represents who we are, and because it helps provide a blueprint of how we should operate our doTERRA business. You probably, when you were introduced yourself to doTERRA, you noticed that there's a difference between other companies that you have been part of and doTERRA. And the culture that doTERRA has created, that started with doTERRA's 7 owners, it's a huge asset to doTERRA because it makes doTERRA very unique and very special. So on the last call, that point was brought at MLM. So I have a question to you. Is doTERRA MLM or not? What would you say, like quickly?
I would say yes. It's network marketing, which I believe is in the MLM purview.
Yeah, so yes and no. So let's take a few minutes and actually analyze the difference between MLM and doTERRA. So number one, MLM company, multi-level marketing company, they lead with the business opportunity. So basically, it doesn't make sense to join them unless you are going to sell their products. Also, the product sales, again, is similar, depends on that opportunity. And most they distributors in ordinary MLM company, they are getting the products just so they can grow their business. And then they sell opportunity. So they sell opportunity, and that's why people are often hesitant to join, because they have to sell in order for them to make sense to be part of that company. I don't know if you have that experience, but because that's how MLM function, whenever we introduce doTERRA to someone, they are afraid to join. And one of the reasons why they're afraid to join, because they think they would need to sell essential oils. And that's one of the things why they're afraid to become a member of doTERRA. So people basically in ordinary MLM, they are pushed to sell the products. And then usually they have highly overpriced products and not of that great quality. And the only way for distributor to afford them, they have to keep going on selling the business opportunity so they can continue taking advantage of the products for themselves. And then there's also something about a compensation plan. You need to come really early to the company, be one of the first one. Maybe it didn't happen to you, but it happened to me. Like I had someone like ask me, how long has doTERRA been on market? Because if it's like, more than that many years, then there's no chance to really be successful when it comes to earning income, because you really need to come one of the first one. So this is how MLM works. You have to come early to the picture, and the payouts are highest at the top, and on the bottom, it's usually much less. Yes. Now let's examine doTERRA. So doTERRA leads with powerful products. They are most tested, most trusted. Right now, doTERRA has over 6 million customers, almost reaching 7 million marks. This is huge. Products are sales regardless of opportunity. 100% of wellness advocates said that they will use the products even if there was no opportunity to earn money. So this is huge. And then doTERRA share a wellness lifestyle. Oops, I didn't put anything under. It's obvious. And offers affordable purchasing options. Wholesale customer and wellness advocates, they get the same pricing. So in regular MLM companies, there's usually differentiation between distributors, how much they pay for the products, and how much the customers pay for the products. So this is huge with doTERRA. And doTERRA has an amazing compensation plan based on equal earning opportunity, meaning that regardless when you join doTERRA, you can make as much money as you want. There's no limit, and it's only based solely on your endeavor and your work. There's many instances of wellness advocates who have far exceeded not only the upline, but like few levels up. Some example would include like Haley Hobson. and even our Claudia Blumenthal. So this is possible. It solely depends on your work. And the longer you stay, the more you get. So the doTERRA compensation plan, it rewards you for your effort. So the longer you stay, the longer you cultivate your team, you create this loving relationship with your customers, the more you get paid. Whereas in the regular MLM company, you get paid more in the beginning, but as you kind of grow, you are getting paid less from like your customers. So that's why usually they try to keep all of them on the front line, because that's where they get the most payout. And in this way, the team building and team cooperation is not encouraged in regular MLM. All right, so what is the doTERRA culture? Can I have someone read that top part, because I have like controls on my screen and I don't know how to take them off.
Sure. It says, our culture is a blend of attitudes, actions, and beliefs that give life to everything we do. It is our personality, our heart and soul. It represents those values that are most important to us, and it drives our actions.
Okay, keep going, because that's beautiful.
The doTERRA executive team, from the beginning, established a strong culture for wellness advocates to incorporate in their teams and organizations. Quote, the doTERRA culture is one that is focused on the promotion of wellness in homes and communities, education through scientific research, integrity in our dealings with others, a commitment to giving back through our humanitarian efforts, and above all, a focus on the individual, not the bottom line. End quote. Mark Wolford.
Yes, so he's one of the owners. He actually sits on that chair on the right side, right by David Sterling. So from that one, what stands for me the most, to be honest with you, is the last sentence. And above all, a focus on the individual, not the bottom line. So this is how the doTERRA culture operates, is centered on people. And that's what makes doTERRA difference. So why is this culture important? So again, can someone read that for me, please?
Understanding the doTERRA culture and living it attracts people with similar values and goals. Culture is not only what we do, but a definition of who we are. A strong culture flourishes with a clear set of values that actively guide the way we operate as wellness advocates and a company as a whole. We are engaged, caring, and concerned with promoting wellness throughout the world. We are here to serve others. We are dedicated to providing meaningful opportunities for humanitarian aid throughout the world. We are genuine and authentic. We believe in principle-based leadership in which we are honest, ethical, and moral in our behavior and interactions with each other. Our products empower families, neighborhoods, and communities. We promote the use of pure, natural, non-synthetic essential oils and products. We are committed to education. Hype, exaggeration, embellishment of the truth, and hyperbole are all concepts we shy away from.
Yes, thank you so much. Beautiful. So did you notice that those are just some of the values that doTERRA lives by, but did you notice that most of them are centered around people and relationship and service to people? It's so different. So doTERRA is not an industry. It's not like, it's a profession, because we deal with people day in and day out. So what doTERRA is? Yeah, so it's a huge company, right? doTERRA is, $1 billion company, but with a family feel, with like small family feel, with a community feel. And we are here to serve others. Again, profession, not an industry. We deal with people. And again, this quote from Mark Wolford, above all, a focus on the individual, not the bottom line. So this is very, very important when we grow our doTERRA business, that we keep this in mind. And this is what leads us when we either present doTERRA products or doTERRA opportunity. So how this could be accomplished? Number one, by building caring and loving relationship with our family, friends, customers, team, cross-line, yes, cross-line, and also ourselves. If we pay attention to money, if we lead this with the money goal in mind and we forget about the people, we will not be successful. And this is something that doTERRA CEO David Sterling often repeats during like leadership and other leadership events. And we always need to encourage the human connection and care very much for those in our group. It's important that we deliver on our promises. So I don't know how you do during your sign-up process enrollment, but at the end of what I do, I always tell them that, that I will care for them and I will provide them with support and essential education. So it's important that we really deliver on those promises, that we don't leave them out, there like in dark forest, and they got those oils and they have no idea what to do with them, how to use them. By the time most people, they get the oils, they already forgot everything what they heard from you on the class 101. So they need to be reached out and cared for. And then also playing nice with others. So making this very open and honest, explaining things simply, so they understand what they are getting into. If they want to be a customer, support them in this way. If they have desire to build business, support them in this way. But let them make this choice. It's not our responsibility or our duty to make this choice for them. We present, they choose. Also taking responsibility and by serving your team. So I remembered one of the great short webinars that Teresa Harding did, and she said that the main biggest mistake that builders are making is by not taking responsibility for their own business. So there's expectation that, oh, your upline or this person will take care of my people. No, it's only you. If you are serious about building the doTERRA business, if you are serious about building that relationship, you need to serve your team. You remember one of the things that doTERRA values they live by is we are here to serve others. So it's your responsibility. It's like your children. If you bring them to doTERRA, it's your duty to take care of them. All right. So yeah, if we care for people, people will care for us. And today, those two great wins that you share, that if you step out and you care for people, they immediately were eager to reciprocate with the same way, because they see that you give them love and trust, and they will return the same in return. So that's beautiful. And what will destroy doTERRA culture? Yeah, it can be destroyed. So there's some things, and we can quickly go over them. So number one is cross-recruiting. What does that mean? So it means that someone is already enrolled, and you try to get them on your side, on your team, by trying to, what is this word? I forgot. But basically you tell them, if you stop ordering for 6 months, we will be able to move you. You can change enroll in a person at the time, and then you can be on my team. So this will destroy the doTERRA culture. We are not doing those things. Cross-recruiting. Now, poaching, I hope this is how you pronounce that. That's like trespassing, kind of. So the example of that one could be that you have a class and you openly kind of advertise this class, maybe on Facebook, maybe in your local media or something, and then you have people come to your class. But some of those people you invited personally, you share sample with them, but some of those people, they just learn about this event. However, they have been already sampled by someone else. They have been introduced to doTERRA previously by someone else. So again, we are not trying to get them on our side and enroll them because they came to our class. In doTERRA culture, we always refer them to the person that originally introduced them. Now, this person may not like that other person, or they may like you better and they connect with you better, and that's fine. But again, this decision belong to them. It's them who are making the decision with whom they want to enroll. It should not be suggested by us. We should always ask, even when it's a good idea, like when you have a class, that you have a sign-up sheet, and one of the fields that you have, that you actually ask the question, have you been introduced to doTERRA previously? And you can even ask by whom. And then you can reach out to that person or connect them with that person. You can even sign them for that person if you know the ID or you're able to locate that. But that's how those things are done in doTERRA. Sometimes people may enroll on accident with you. Usually that happens when someone has a thriving business online and you have some possibility that they can enroll themselves, and they enroll with you, not knowing that, not knowing how it works. It happens often to Vishaka in Europe, because her website for doTERRA ranks #1 in Germany. So whoever kind of try to search something online about doTERRA essential oils, they go to her site, and not knowing how it works, they just spontaneously enroll themselves. And then often what happened, that they go back to the person that introduced them, and they're all excited. Oh, I have enrolled, I'm getting my kit. And they would be like, wait, like, how did you enroll? With whom? I was the one to introduce you. So then usually they contact Vishaka, and then she needs to just write to placement and just explain the situation and give back that person to where it righteously belongs, right? Another one is jealousy. Now, jealousy destroys everything, not only the doTERRA culture, but, it destroys personal dealings, it destroys, anything. So we should stay away from that. But particularly when we talk about doTERRA, that's something that you see, like, very successful wellness advocate, and then you try to basically diminish their glory or prevent their further growth because you feel jealous. I mean, I guess jealousy doesn't need much explanation. It's just we are ourselves, we are enough, and we have everything what is needed to make our own doTERRA business successful. We don't need to be jealous of other people that are maybe getting there faster, quicker, or they have a bigger team. Those things are not necessary, because on your own you can be as successful as they are according to your capacity. And then speaking ill of others and or company, doTERRA company. We are not perfect. doTERRA is not perfect. doTERRA owners they are not perfect. However, they get a lot of things right because they lead with the heart and with this attitude of serving others, and they are being guided because their intentions are very pure. But still, things happen. Maybe you have conflict with someone in your downline. Maybe you have conflict with your upline. Maybe maybe your LRP order was delayed, or maybe products were missing, or maybe you were trying to get the special holiday products and they ran out and you didn't get it and you are totally upset. So those things happen. But things like that, let's keep it to ourselves. Unless there's something that affects your business, then you can reach out to your upline, but do never talk bad or ill with your downline, either about doTERRA or owners or whatever. That's something that you can reveal your mind to the upline, but not to your downline. That will not serve them in any way. And then taking team recruits for personal gain. So that's something like you have certain goal in mind, and you are basically not caring for people. You just want to make them builders because you want to have that many enrollments and that many, and you want to reach that rank. So basically, you put your goal first before the goal of your team members. And as a leader, our duty is to make our builders and our team members successful. We put their goals first, because if they are successful, we also will be successful. And then putting dollar first, not our focus. So we do not lead with, we are not pushing people to get larger kits or things like that because we want to, we're going to make a bigger commission. We serve them. So we present essential oils to them in such a way that this will serve them. We present what they need, not how much money we want to make out of that. And then selling products at discount lower than wholesale. So doTERRA has a very strict policy in place in this regard. And we are not allowed to sell products lower than wholesale. We are not even allowed to resell products at the wholesale price. It has to be at least 10% markup. We had, I know it's very tempting and to sell online, but again, the guideline has to be followed, and doTERRA has a very strict policy in place when it comes to this one. So if that's something you're interested, to be frank with you right now, doTERRA only allows to sell doTERRA products from your doTERRA website, the generic website that you get with your Wellness Advocate account. And to get like permission to sell in other way, it's a process, and often it's not approved by doTERRA. So just keep that in mind. Which is actually does not prevent or interfere with selling online, as long as you refer them back to your doTERRA website. One can have links that point to your doTERRA website, and you can sell products in that process, and you don't have to worry about discount price lower than wholesale, because over there everything is retail. So that's something that's out of the picture. Okay, and based on what we review of doTERRA culture, I have created this healing herb mission or vision, and I want to just run it by you and see what do you think, what is your feedback, if you like it, and you want to come? My husband would like to say a few words, but you want to read that? No, okay. So this is a healing herb team wellness advocates make a difference in the lives of people they come in contact with by providing natural solutions for physical, emotional, and financial needs. They contribute in relieving stress and suffering in this world by shining the light of hope and changing life for better. When people interact with Healing Herb team, they feel loved, cared for, understood, valuable, hopeful, and inspired. Healing Herb team members live a happy, healthy, prosperous, and meaningful life. They overcome their limited beliefs, unleash their true potential and abilities, and impact unlimited lives by sharing their gifts and experiences with the world. So I will get your feedback on that one in a moment. And I want to end this short presentation with one more quote that is right here. People hear you on the level you speak to them from. Speak from your heart, and they will hear with theirs. And this is from Marianne Williams. All right, so let me stop the share so I can see you again. And I have my lovely husband join us. He is actually the heart of our doTERRA Healing Herb team. I know you don't see him much, you don't hear him much, but he is the driving force behind this business that we started. So I'm really privileged to have him join us today and say a few words.
Hello, everyone. I just want to share with you a few words. I just came back home, and I hear that this conversation is going on, and inspired me to add a little bit a few paisa. First of all, because I hear this subject about what is the difference between MLM and doTERRA. So as you already heard quite elaborate, detailed explanations of my wife, MLM, first of all, is putting emphasis on money. And why is it so? Because this company works in such a way that you need to buy a stock of products and usually store at your garage or in
basement.
In basement, and people getting a little bit anxious to sell this, and therefore they're becoming pushy because they have a lot of stuff that they invested a lot of money and they want to sell it. So therefore they feel pressure to get their money back. So therefore they are pushing, and they don't consider the needs of another person, because money for them is most, the biggest priority. Whereas, as my wife emphasized, doTERRA is completely different. They emphasizing the relationship with other person and inquire from another person their needs. So therefore, if we apply loving care, considering the needs of another person, then doTERRA culture is shining. And therefore, doTERRA is expanding all over the world in very unheard of way, because this hard, loving care is there, and people like to be treated very personally. They like to be They like to be They like to hear consideration of their needs, not to be pushed into something that they are not aware of. So therefore, this is a very crucial point, this consideration of priority. What is the priority? Another point is that I don't know, did you mention about this triangle? This pyramid,
yeah, I mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
So doTERRA, instead of so-called scary pyramid, which is like so-called symbol of MLM, they flip this in opposite way, creating equal opportunity of earning money. So this is very fair. And another aspect, so although doTERRA is engaged in direct sell industry and can be called network marketing, we don't use name MLM for doTERRA, because actually it is not really MLM. So doTERRA was created in different way than MLM, like my wife mentioned. Usually MLM companies were created in such a way that some few persons came with idea to open a company, and of course MLM for them is the most luxurious way to expand their business. So first they set up some rules and regulations of how to expand financially, and then they were looking for some products just as some requisite to get money. doTERRA started completely opposite. They started with mission to help people and change life for better, to make this world better place to live. So therefore, they want to help people. They want to revolutionize modern healthcare by supplying natural remedies. And they were looking for the highest quality natural remedies. As soon as they got this highest quality essential oils with this high quality products, then they started deliberate on way of distribution. And why they choose this direct sell? Because behind this direct sell there is education. Since essential oils became very popular on the market, we can see even on gas station essential oils, people, they think that essential oils are a certain type of perfumes. So there is no education. Therefore, doTERRA giving education through wellness advocates what therapeutic grade essential oils means. And in this way, people start to understand more and start to take care of themselves by using doTERRA natural remedies. So by education, by caring for people, by fulfilling their needs, we establishing a relationship with people. People feel very comfortable. They don't feel pushed or cheated. And they, as it is mentioned, people don't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. So this is our motto, that we coming to people with care. And if you want to be loved, give love. If you give love, you receive love back. So doTERRA is expanding because based on this loving principle, they're giving love. Did you notice through this Healing Hands Foundation or this co-impact sourcing, all these different things, like in the mission, it's mentioned, like my wife quoted a few times, it's mentioned that they care for individuals, they care for communities. So therefore, this loving principle is there. They're giving love and they're receiving love. So therefore, they're expanding in humongous speed. This is completely unheard of that in 10 years only, doTERRA has almost 7 million people. This is just a revolution. And they're expanding every month in humongous way. So this is huge difference between so-called MLMs and doTERRA. doTERRA, although once again, although it is engaged in direct sell network marketing, because we expanding this in the mood of, or in the system of network. Our team cooperate in the mood of networking with each other. So this is network marketing, by education, by presenting, and etc. But MLM, not really, because we don't function in this way. We don't have such culture. We have not such mood. So it's big differences. So therefore, please keep this in mind, that if somebody is challenging us, this is MLM? Not really. So let me explain you how doTERRA works. And in this way, you can calm down the person who is like full of fear or some type of, like aggressive accusations or something like this. Thank you. This is what I want to share.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's a very, very important point. How many of you, and we have like 2 minutes. Okay. How many of you would like to create a sustainable doTERRA business? 2, 3, 4? All right. All right. Awesome. So I want you to do a little exercise with me. I want you to take your hand and find your pulse. Do you know how to find your pulse? Can everybody feel it beating? Can you feel it? Yeah, everybody feels that? Okay. What does that mean? That you are alive. Right. Right. So this pulse that you can feel in doTERRA is LRP. But how do you get people on LRP if you don't care for them? Our duty as a builders, we cannot leave them alone until you make them fall in love with 5 doTERRA products, at least, that they cannot live without. So that's and also if we do not care for the people that we already have, we will not get more people. So yes, we need to grow and expand and enroll and, bring more. But our effort should be split between those that we have to really care for them, because they came to us. They wanted solutions. They were suffering. They have some physical, emotional challenges, and they were hopeful that those oils that we so highly spoke about, that will provide them with those solutions. But then if we leave them and they are on their own, they have no clue. And the hope that you spark in them, it just dies. So it's very important that we take care of the pulse of our doTERRA business. And this is how we do it. And the only way we can do it when we cultivate those personal relationships with people, when we really take a time. And it's hard, I know, to follow up with them, to reach out to them, to see how they are doing, see if they have any questions, even visit them, maybe 1-2 times. We do a wellness consult, but a wellness consult just one time doing wellness consult is not enough if you want this to be beating. Yeah, it has to be more attention, at least for the first 2-3 months. Yeah, well, Chantal, Alexi, what you're saying?
I was just...
Oh, sorry, I think I muted you accidentally. Okay, say it one more time.
I was just saying hi to the little one that I saw on the screen who was waving.
I think you waving to me. No, I was kidding. Yes, so that is very important. And in our future calls, we'll be gradually focusing on all those different aspects of our doTERRA business. But this is very important. And I know that we all have already enrolled. Each one of us enroll at least 1-2 people, right? So they are like our babies in doTERRA. They are literally our babies in doTERRA. So we need to take care of them. A lot of you are mothers, some or maybe, but you have someone that you have to care for. Maybe not your own baby, maybe you have a little pet or something. So you know how much care and attention they need in the beginning. So this is our responsibility in doTERRA. So thank you so much for attention. I know it's late, but if I would open for questions for a couple of minutes, if anyone would like to ask or share something based on what we were talking today.
I wanted to share one quick thing that I listened to on the international call with the rep. He was going over the business compensation. One thing he said really struck me was that he felt that one of the most powerful products that doTERRA has is the compensation plan, that it's just so stellar. And I believe he said that maybe he came from a finance background, but he said that the compensation plan is so stellar, looking at it from a retirement plan perspective, that you put some effort now and then you keep getting residual income. But he was saying that for people who are into investing or for people who are finance professionals, leading with the compensation plan can be really powerful, and that it could be a way of recruiting people.
Yes.
With people who are in the finance background.
Yes, people have to, but also people, the guys, okay? The guys, they like to see the numbers. I actually heard someone from Vishaka's team that she said that for such a long time, she was trying to get her husband on board to support her in the doTERRA business, and she was unsuccessful. And then after that call with Roger, she just presented her husband the compensation plan the way he explained, especially focusing on the passive part of it and like creating this residual income and like this. And her husband, after that, he said, I am with you 100%. Let's do it. So they want to see the numbers. You know, we ladies, we lead more like with the heart. You know, we want to change the world. We want to impact people. We want to make everyone happy. But the men are very practical. They want to see. And you also see, you hear the story that a lot of husbands, they came on board once the check became big enough. You know, the wife would bring big enough check and they would look at it and say, all right, this is real. You know, let's support you. So thank you so much for sharing. Great. Anyone else would like to add something or have a question?
I just want to say thank you for that wonderful PowerPoint.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Very meaningful, and actually I got a lot out of it. And it kind of puts things into perspective. I know when you're in a situation financially and you're struggling and you've got a lot of money invested in the doTERRA and you're kind of, feeling that crunch. So you can actually fall into some of those negative behaviors and patterns. So it's really important, I think, to get on the right track. So I really appreciate that. That was really good. I really needed to hear that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Those are very important points that you share, because obviously one of the things why we embrace the doTERRA business opportunity is because of finances, right? We all have those needs. For, it may be bigger or smaller, but we all have these needs. And building relationship with our customers, it's a longer process. It takes longer time, and we may not get those rewards as fast as maybe we would hope for, although not necessarily, but it serves us in a long term. Because if you have people that are trusting you, they will be talking about you and referring people to you even without you doing much. Like I have one lady call me this morning and she said, oh, I suddenly got those bad allergies. I am all stuffy and I have this, I cannot breathe and my eyes are watery and itchy and like this. And then she said she has a very good friend of her who is also, doTERRA, my doTERRA customer. So she first shared her, I got this, I'm feeling like that. And so her friend tell her, you need to speak to Marzena. She helped me. I had called and she helped me with all the, with all the products. So you need to talk to her. So I didn't have to do anything because I actually went to her home, this first lady, and I show her what to always use and how. And that builds trust. They feel that they are cared for, and they feel very comfortable in referring their friends to you, right? So it's a longer process, but once it catches fire, it will be like unstoppable. People will be coming to you. You don't have to go after them. They will be coming to you because you will have a reputation of someone who cares and helps people with their problems. So
hello. Thank you for that.
hello.
You guys want to say hi?
All right.
Say hi.
Hi. Hi. So those points are very important, and we and that's why it's not recommended that someone who does not have like some financial stability or some source of finances, that they will just jump to the doTERRA business and kind of with a lot of pressure on themselves to make living out of that, because then you lead with that like money first, because you need to make this amount and that how much, and it really takes a lot of skills to be able to besides feeling like that internally, externally be very caring and loving and give people the space to choose what they need. So that's why I on one of the leadership retreat, it was mentioned that the recommendation was done that unless one is on the level of like gold, then maybe at the level of gold or like very steady silver, one can, think about letting go the other job or business that they have and just, switch to doTERRA. But until then, it's a good idea to have something. Yes. All right. So thank you so much. I don't want to keep you longer. It's already over time. That was so wonderful to have you, and I hope this call was helpful. And as a team together, we will carry this doTERRA culture among each other by not only caring for our customers, but also caring for each other and supporting each other, encouraging and appreciating whatever we do. So thank you so much, and we will see you next Monday. Bye-bye.